Milla, did something funny or particular happening during the calendar shooting?
Yeah, we had a lot of funny things that happened. One of the things that was the funniest for me when I was doing the picture for the wave, and we had all the stylists, because I had this dress and then they had a piece of fabric that was, what, like 30 feet?
Yeah.
30 feet of fabric behind me. And, you know, I started jumping and, you know, trying to act like a mermaid coming out, or, you know, coming out of the water. And the stylist back there would have to be jumping with me. You know, and everybody was falling over, and it was just completely ridiculous, but the picture looked amazing. But the work that went into it, poor guys were falling all over themselves trying to catch up with me.
Yeah, because I mean, basically the dress was hanging on the bar. So we had actually, in the original shot, there were like 2-3 people holding the dress behind. So it was not that easy for Milla to actually move around, because it's like, try to jump having a leash on your back.
And 4 people holding on to that leash.
So this is one of the songs. I think others might come later while we're talking. There was some.
I remember when we did the volcano thing, it was really funny because they had to like wrap me in all of that black tinfoil and trying not to rip the dress and trying not to get that dirt on my hand. It was definitely a challenge because Dimitri built such phenomenal sets, and there was so much, you know, right there. I mean, of course, you do a lot afterwards, but the actual sets were so incredible. I mean, I've only seen sets like this on big movies, let alone on fashion.
Thank you.
Me? Could you tell me the difference between shooting for a calendar and for an action movie like you did with Paul Wes Anderson? And about him, could you tell me how is working with him? You work a lot with
Why don't we start with the first question?
Okay.
I've seen a lot of questions. You know, I have to say, doing action films really helped on this shoot because it kind of was, everything was the movement, the action, the being able to use the set and feel comfortable. You know, also, it's very easy to get swallowed up with all the hair and these incredible set pieces and these amazing dresses, so it was really up to me to try and kind of spring out of the picture, you know, so I wouldn't get buried.
You might have less freedom on a picture than on a movie, because on a movie it's the whole action. In the calendar you're working, and Milla was actually giving for every single shot, giving the energy, but the difficulty I would say is about to repeat an action ever and ever, which on the movie it's a long term. I mean, it's like I would say between 30 seconds to 5 minutes or something. Here in the calendar, it's like giving, I don't know, 10 times, 20 times the same energy on a very short time. So I think this is where a part of the challenge was, because the difficulty is there. I mean, time again, try to do 20 times the same movement.
And to keep it fresh, to keep it alive, to make sure that, you know, it doesn't become static or just a pose, you know, and we really wanted to, again, because this is a toast to life, to give it a joy, to give it a fun, and then to feel like when you're looking at it, it's popping out of the picture.
And this actually reminds me of the shot where we did for the deluge with the water. That was, I think, one of the most difficult ones, because she had to concentrate on her actions, but based on having water around her, and
you had built this whole platform around
where
me.
she was actually stuck on the table. That's another. Like in the shot, in the picture, it looks quite natural, but in the real set, actually, we had basically
a table with a hole in the middle. And
half of this table, and with a hole, and she was stuck inside that. So she had to act, having the water on her, and giving every single time something different. And giving the energy you need for the
so sweet because Dimitri had been bringing heaters to to put under the table because the water was so cold and I was getting so cold. Then the heater would then get too close, and then it would get too hot, and so they'd have to keep moving because I'd be like, ow! Ow!
Basically, yeah, here the table was there. Oops.
Okay.
But we have the real
Yeah, we exactly.